The crescendo and the crash, Tessa's Hail Mary, Phyllis's high-stakes gambit, and the unraveling of Genoa City's perfect facade. In the sprawling glass and steel heartland of America, Genoa City is less a municipality and more a living, breathing entity of drama. It's a place where fortunes are made and shattered not on the stock market floor, but over whiskey in dimly lit lounges and in the hushed, tense conversations of gilded mansions. As the autumnal chill of October 21st settles in, the city braces not for a change in season, but for a seismic shift in its very foundation. This is not a day for subtle moves or cautious whispers. It is a day for Hail Mary passes, high-stakes gambits, and the violent tearing away of veils that have hidden devastating truths for far too long. Tessa Porter's Hail Mary, a symphony of desperation. For Tessa Porter, music has always been her sanctuary and her sword. It was the melody that led her to Mariah Copeland, the love of her life, and the rhythm that built their fledgling family with their daughter, Aria. But on October 21st, the music is faltering. The threat of a lawsuit from the opportunistic and morally bankrupt Ian Ward has cast a long, suffocating shadow over their lives, threatening to tear Aria from their arms. Tessa's Hail Mary is not a calculated business decision or a legal maneuver crafted by lawyers. It is a raw, visceral act of creation born from a mother's primal fear. Locked away in her home studio, surrounded by a fortress of scattered sheet music and half-empty coffee cups, Tessa is channeling her terror into a new album. This isn't the polished, radio-ready pop of her past. This is a concept piece, a musical diary of her journey to motherhood, her battles with insecurity, and the ferocity of her love for her child. This is Tessa at her most vulnerable, and yet her most powerful, explains a source close to the couple. She's not just writing songs, she's building a case for her soul. She believes that if she can capture the truth of their love in its purest form, the late-night feedings, the first laughs, the terrifying, all-consuming devotion, she can create something so authentic that no court, no lawsuit, can negate it. It's her testimony, set to a melody. The gamble is immense. By exposing her deepest insecurities and fears, she risks alienating her fan base and appearing unstable. Mariah watches with a heart split in two, torn between immense pride and abject terror. She knows Tessa is fighting with the only weapon she truly trusts, but she fears her wife is building a shield out of tissue paper against a cannon. This Hail Mary is a beautiful, desperate symphony, and its final note will either be a triumphant crescendo that saves their family or a devastating crash that signals the end. Phyllis Summers' high-stakes gambit, The Dragon Reawakens. If Tessa's play is one of emotional transparency, Phyllis Summers is a masterclass in calculated chaos. Red has been playing a cautious game lately, trying to toe the line and prove she can be a stable, trustworthy partner to Danny Romalotti. But for a woman whose lifeblood is the thrill of the game, stability is a slow death. On October 21st, Phyllis decides to stop playing defense and launch a breathtakingly audacious offensive. Her target is Tucker MC Call. Phyllis has gotten wind of Tucker's latest web of manipulations, a convoluted scheme to destabilize Jabot by pitting Jack against Billy in a proxy war fueled by old resentments and new betrayals. Most people would take this information to the authorities or, at the very least, to Jack. Phyllis is not most people. She arranges a meeting with Tucker at the Grand Phoenix, her domain. The air crackles with a dangerous energy. She doesn't threaten him or plead with him. Instead, she lays out his entire plan with chilling accuracy, and then she makes him an offer he can't refuse, a partnership. Phyllis isn't just looking to stop Tucker, an insider reveals. She's looking to hijack his scheme and pilot it herself. She believes she can control the chaos, steer Tucker's malice toward a target of her choosing, and emerge with more power and influence than she's ever had. She's betting that she is, and always will be, the most dangerous player in Genoa City. This is a gambit that could cement her legacy or destroy every shred of goodwill she's painstakingly rebuilt. Danny sees the old fire in her eyes and is terrified of getting burned again. Her children, Daniel and Lucy, watch from the sidelines, holding their breath, praying the mother they've come to trust doesn't vanish back into the vortex of red. Phyllis is betting it all on her own cunning, but in a game with Tucker MC Call, the house always has a hidden ace. The unraveling. Genoa City's truths can no longer be contained. While Tessa and Phyllis make their power plays, the tectonic plates beneath Genoa City are shifting, forcing long-buried secrets to the surface in a cascade of revelations. At the Abbott mansion, the fragile truce between Jack and Billy is shattered. Diane Jenkins Abbott, ever the strategist, presents Jack with irrefutable evidence of Billy's recent clandestine meetings with Tucker. But the confrontation doesn't go as planned. In a heated exchange, a stray, venomous comment from Billy doesn't just implicate him in corporate espionage. It inadvertently reveals a sliver of truth about the mysterious Project Pegasus that Ashley Abbott has been obsessing over. The puzzle pieces, once scattered and meaningless, suddenly click into a horrifying picture for Jack. It's no longer just about business. It's a deeply personal betrayal that strikes at the core of the Abbott name, forcing him to question everything he thought he knew about his brother and the legacy they are meant to protect. Meanwhile, at the Chancellor estate, the Gothic romance between Devon Hamilton and Abby Chancellor is about to hit its darkest chapter. Dominic's conception, a transaction born of grief that blossomed into a complex co-parenting arrangement, has always been a delicate subject. Now, a chance remark from a visiting relative, combined with Devon's growing unease about a major business decision, ignites a firestorm. Old wounds about control, entitlement, and the very definition of family are ripped open. The civilized facade they've maintained for the public and for themselves crumbles, revealing a chasm of unresolved resentment and pain. It's a confrontation that was years in the making, and it threatens to rearrange the foundational alliances of two of the city's most powerful families. And then there is Ashley Abbott, sequestered in her Parisian apartment, surrounded by medical journals and her own frantic notes. She is on the precipice of a breakthrough. Her alter, Belle, is not a symptom to be suppressed, but a key to be turned. The triggers, the blackouts, the conflicting memories, they are all part of a map. A map that leads directly back to Tucker MC Call and a psychological warfare campaign so insidious it makes corporate sabotage look like child's play. Her truth, once fully realized, will not just heal her. It will serve as a bomb, ready to detonate at the very center of Tucker's empire. October 21st, the day the mask slipped. October 21st in Genoa City is not defined by a single event, but by a collective, city-wide cracking. Tessa's Hail Mary is the heart's last stand against cold, hard legality. Phyllis's Gambit is the ID unleashed, a testament to the addictive nature of power. And the unraveling truths across the city are the inevitable consequence of a community built on secrets. These stories are not happening in a vacuum. They are chords in a dissonant, powerful symphony. The outcome of Tessa's musical plea could influence the public sentiment that often sways legal battles. Phyllis's machinations with Tucker are directly tied to the Abbott revelations and the bomb that Ashley is preparing to drop. By the time the sun sets on this fateful day, Genoa City will be irrevocably changed. Relationships will be broken, alliances will be forged in fire, and the characters who call this turbulent city home will be forced to look in the mirror and decide who they truly are when the masks finally come off. The crescendo is building, the dice are in the air, and the threads are pulling loose. All that's left is the crash.